everyone. Welcome back to the Craft Parenting Podcast, the podcast about two Cincinnati craft beer lovers with a parenting problem. My name is Joe, and with me is my lovely wife and co-host, Caroline.
Ahoy.
Oh,
wait, I think I said I wasn't going to say that one anymore. Hi.
Okay. And we have a very special guest here with us. We are recording on location. May you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Andy Plogsted. I am one of the owners here at Hearth Brewing in Harrison, Ohio. My other partners are Corey and Greg Otis. They'll join us here maybe at another time. But yeah, so I'm one of three owners, and then also one of two brewers. So Corey and I brew together here in this beautiful new room over here, full of stainless steel.
It's very shiny and a little bit scary.
There's a skeleton hanging.
Yeah, still some leftover Halloween around here. We haven't quite breached into Christmas and all that, but
just put a Santa hat on the skeleton and it will be fine.
There we go.
Okay.
We'll maybe try that. Yeah.
But we are here on the busiest drinking day of the year. So,
Yes.
So we have some beers in front of us. So do you want to tell everyone what we're drinking? You can start, Andy.
Yeah, so I'm drinking our Gold Rush IPA. It is West Coast style, a little bit fruity at the end, but it's fantastic. It's selling like hotcakes right now too.
Oh yeah,
It's a good transition time, so I feel like IPAs would do really good right now. They work good in the hot or the cold, and Ohio never knows what it wants to do with its weather.
Yeah, this is true.
yeah. It was. It's raining now, but it wasn't this morning. It was really weird.
It might snow tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We might get an inch of snow tomorrow.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows what it's happening?
We got an inch of snow last week.
Yeah.
What is this, Ohio?
I do like the snow, but I wish it would make up its mind.
I am drinking a little bit of Heat, which is a jalapeno smoked beer, and it is delicious.
Oh, it's smoked as well?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
It's an adjuncted version of your beer.
Okay, yeah, I'm doing the smoked lager, so
A little bit lit.
A little bit lit, yeah. So it's it's not. I know this is kind of a controversial style, but I love the smoked beers. Westside does a smoked beer as well. This isn't too smoky. It's just like the right level of smoke, I feel like. I know some people, some may do it overdo it, but this is just right.
I haven't had any of yours.
Yeah, it's pretty subtle in there. Probably a little more subtle than we had hoped. We'll probably add a little bit more smoked malt next time, just so you get a little more. But didn't want it to be a full like Roush beer, like just where it just kills you with the heat, the smoke and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a comfortable drinking, and that's one of our goals. We try to make our beers very palatable to people who aren't really into the crazy flavors,
Yeah.
So yeah, most of our beer is fairly mild as far as those flavors and that kind of stuff go, with few exceptions.
Yeah, there's people ask me to try to describe the west side of Cincinnati in relation to beer, and I'm like, there's a reason why 13 Below has a beer called The Closest Thing. West Siders can be adventurous, but sometimes they want beer flavored beer, and as long as you have something on tap, they're usually good.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about that. So you guys you're about to celebrate 2 months, is that right?
Yeah, we're coming right upon 2 months.
So a lot of work, a lot of planning. How, when did the planning start? And just kind of walk me through that story of why a brewery, why Harrison. Like there's so many decisions to make.
And we can stick with high level.
Yeah, just like high level. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a high level. My kind of running joke is that I've been threatening to open a brewery to my wife for years, and finally pulled the trigger with some of my good friends and who are now my partners. And it's one of those dreams that you think maybe someday, and then found the right people in the right location.
Yeah.
This building is just blown me away. How much character is here, how much there was to work with. So I was also the architect of record here, and so I was able to put my stamp on it,
Okay.
which was
Nice.
fantastic. But absolutely, my partner Greg, that's how I know him, is through architecture. He and I practiced architecture together for many, many years, and he was very important to making all these decisions and making this place come alive the way it did.
Okay.
But yeah, so we started making beer together some years back, and you're sitting around making beer, drinking a couple, thinking about a lot of people like our beer. Is there an avenue to do something more with this than just be a great home brewer?
Mm-hmm.
And we had a lot of people who were asking if it was going to happen, and they said, we'll back you. And so that list got pretty long. So we're like, well, maybe we should do something here. And so we started looking around, started doing some kind of quick demographic studies, and as Westsiders ourselves, went, kind of a beer desert out towards Harrison Way.
There's
And,
nothing out
yeah.
there. And a bunch of houses too that are just built.
Yes.
Our parents both moved from Mumford Heights to the neighborhoods, 2 separate neighborhoods, but close. We call her
It's the old folks neighborhood.
I was going to say the
Oh, well,
old folks
you'll
neighborhood.
have those neighborhoods.
And
But yeah,
then my mom's in the mixed 2-story ranch neighborhood. But
Gotcha. Yeah, so we had looked at a couple of different properties around here, and actually gone to an auction for one of them, and decided that that was way too much money, and we were going to pass on that. And then when this building came up, it was like 3 times that cost, and we said we got to do this building. So, yeah, it's from there. The rest is trying to figure out a business plan, and trying to figure out banking and the financing and all that headache. That took quite a bit of time.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
At least 2 years ago, you guys announced
Yeah,
you did the regulatory stuff with the city of Harrison.
Yeah.
That was at least 2 years ago.
yeah. I mean, zoning was our first thing. We actually got zoning approval before we actually owned the place, which was kind of interesting. But then, being an architect and having a lot of connections to my wife into construction, we kicked out the drawings fairly quickly, got some numbers together, got our banking and stuff lined up, broke ground about December last year,
Mm-hmm.
and wrapped up June, July, and then eventually ended up with some last minute piping and things, and had our launch in September. So it was actually quite a bit to do in a year.
Yeah.
I mean, we bought a building, renovated the whole thing,
Yeah.
put together a whole brewery, and opened. And then it's been a lot.
It's gorgeous, though.
It
Thank
looks
you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the building. This is the former Burwinkle Farms, I guess, vegetable and fruit stand.
Yeah, nursery. Yeah. They sold all
Nursery.
of their produce and different things here. And
So-
we're kind of known for their honey, and Christmas time they'd sell Christmas trees and that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Okay. So it has a special place in the community's heart, and they were at the opening ceremonies, weren't they?
Yeah. The Burwinkle family's been awesome. So, we took over their baby. They built this building, and Kathy Burwinkle says, I raised my kids there, and so it'll always hold a special place for her. And so, we invited her to come out for the ribbon cutting. She brought everybody. It was great, and they've been back many times, and now we are continuing that relationship. So. We're using their pumpkins to make our pumpkin beer.
Oh, that's
We're
awesome.
using their corn in our cream ale,
Yeah.
stuff like that, and they're just happy to be a part of it still, and still have their roots and their history here, and we're carrying it on for now. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome that they're, still a little bit involved in stuff, and they make their stamp in your product, your beer. You want to talk about the beer? You have quite a few styles on tap now. What has been the reaction from the community in Harrison? I know we were talking earlier. you had the pumpkin beer that you just mentioned, and you brewed multiple batches already, and you've only been open 2 months.
Yeah. I know.
Like barely 2 months.
And I can't get any right now, and it makes
No,
me sad.
Sorry. We've
So
moved on. We're on to other things. Yeah. So we do. We've got a 10-barrel steam heat system here. 10 barrels of a pumpkin ale probably would have been a lot to have laying around, so we did a small batch of that, just a half barrel, just to see how it would go. And it was gone in like a week. So we made some more, and then that was gone in about a week and a half. So we made some more, but then the last variety we did with chocolate malts, and so it was a chocolate pumpkin.
Oh.
And everybody was like, "What is this?"
I think I missed that
You
one.
missed it. Yeah.
You
Sorry.
blink and it's gone.
But so we'll continue to play around with smaller batches, and we're brewing. A couple weeks ago we brewed a Christmas ale with Alan Molman, who used to be at Lishman, and
I saw that.
So
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, it's coming along nicely, and I have a feeling that'll probably sell quickly as well. It's great. And the community around, you probably have heard this, the brewing community, very supportive of each other.
Mm-hmm.
So we've had, folks in Mantry have stopped by for, fretboard, you name it. They all come by and wish us luck and bring a 6-pack. It's been great.
Yeah.
So as far as the beer, are you thinking you're going to have like your flagship beer, or is it always going to be changing? Like, what is the plan for that?
Yeah, I think the
moment?
goal would be to find like those 6 or 8 flagships that will always be around. Certainly the Brewink Ale, the Cream Ale, we think that'll be one. The Patio Pilsner, and then from there, we're still weighing in on the rest. We're definitely watching our sales to see what's going out the door fastest. But yeah, I think that's the goal. Is always we want to make sure that if it's been a week or 2, you come back, there's at least something new up there every time. So while we're going to continue to remake those beers as they sell out, we'll always try to innovate and throw something new up there.
Yeah, I've noticed every time I've come back. I think the first time we came out here was the Sunday after you guys opened, and I made a Facebook post and I was like, "We finally made it out to Hearth," and our friend was like, "Finally, they've been open for less than 48 hours." And I'm like, "Well, we missed opening day.
Yeah,
we wanted to be here opening day," and we've come out. So like that, I think that day you guys had maybe like 8 different beers on draft, and then the next time we came back, I think there were like 10 to 12 beers on draft, and now the flight board or the
tap wall.
the tap wall is almost full of beers.
Yeah,
which is great to see.
Yeah. It's we've got 20 taps, and really at this point just one cider, and everything else is beer. So, it's exciting to see that board full. And part of the reason I got into this is to be able to talk about beer to people, and totally getting to do that now that we've got all these recipes we've been working on for years are up there, and so we can really dive into that with people, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. So what's a homebrew beer that you're excited to put out in the next 6 months? You can just tell me a style.
Well, honestly, a lot of them are already up there. A lot of the ones that I knew were going to be home runs are up there already. I have yet to dig deep into my recipe book to see, and Corey and I, we talked quite a bit about okay, we're gonna brew these 2 beers this week. We know we're gonna make this one, but what's the other one? And that always ends up maybe we try this wit beer, or maybe we try this or that. So. I don't have any surprises yet to share, but we've got a laundry list of stuff we still want to make. Just keep coming back.
Oh, we will. So
our parents live down the street, so
Yeah.
we live in Cleves, so it's not that far
you're
either.
real close.
Yeah.
So there was a Friday a few weeks ago where I was like, "Hey, we're all gonna meet at Hearth. I'll just come here and get a table right after work, and then you just all come slowly join me as you guys get off work or like get ready to leave your house or whatever. And I don't think so. Like I got here probably about 3:00, and I don't think the last person left our table until like 9.
That's perfect.
I wasn't here until 9, but like it was just like a big long. Okay, we maybe had like a half hour or so of overlap where everybody was here, but it was a lot of community with us. And then 3 weeks later, I get a text message like Friday at noon. Hey, when are we going to go meet up at Hearth again? And I'm like, today at work has not been great. We're going to do that again today. Come join me after work. And we did it again. And it was, I think the first day, you guys had like, the response that I had got was they had got up from their table, and before they had even like all got out of their chairs, somebody else was taking the table. And it was like,
it was packed. Yeah.
It was like 8 or 9 at night. And then the
That's
next
great to
time,
see.
as I'm leaving, and so only half the table is occupied, somebody's walking up like, hey, are you guys using the other half of this table? It's like, nope, all yours.
That's funny. I always hope that these bigger monster tables would be an opportunity for multiple couples to kind of meet each other in a beer hall style thing. Yeah, it is funny. Our seating capacity's changed a bit since we've switched over to 35-degree weather.
Yeah.
We've got some patio heaters out there to take the edge off, but you still got to have a coat. But yeah, I mean, at full capacity, we're like 265, and those first couple of weeks, we were full. And
Yeah.
that was crazy. It was great. It's great.
Yeah, and it's like being able to sit here at 3. It's fun to see like, okay, like every third table has somebody at it, but nobody's upstairs. And then like we're just hanging out, and I look up and I'm like, every single table upstairs is occupied. Like it makes me very happy, because
Yeah, that's a very unique feature, having an upstairs.
Well,
Right.
and if you've not done this, you're gonna have to do this. Sit someplace different every time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different experience sitting up in the mezzanine. It's a different experience sitting out on the patio. Sitting around the wraparound porch is fun. The days that the weather allows, we open up all these garage doors. There's amazing breeze blowing through here, and even be greedy and take the leather couch in front of the fireplace. That is a whole different experience itself. And I'm about ready to light the fire on that fireplace, which hasn't been done yet since we've opened.
I'm excited for that.
So yeah,
Oh,
we had to
man.
rebuild a little bit of it inside. So today's going to be the first day to do that, and that's going to be awesome. A lot of people asking if that's really a fireplace that's going to, everybody assumes they see a fireplace that's probably all shot and done and dirty and not going to work. But we've got a real working fireplace, and yeah, I mean that's how we got our name, right? The Hearth Brewing.
Your name is Hearth, and your logo is fire. If there is not a
Right.
fire in that hearth at some point,
Yes.
I'm gonna complain about it.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, we're gonna get this, and when we're done here, we'll fire that fire up, and we'll go sit in those leather couches.
Oh yes,
All right, and
I would love that.
We'll drink on the busiest drinking day.
Yes.
Let's move to the food program, because I want to
Yeah.
shout out the food program that you have. You have pizza and like appetizer-y things like pretzels and stuff like that. Is it a wood fire pizza? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I mean stone fired or whatever.
Stone
but
fired,
yeah.
yeah.
So we've got a big, giant, rotating stone in a firebox in there, oven, and yeah, we make a lot of stuff in there. So like our toasted ravioli gets toasted up in there. We heat up our meatballs in there. We use it as much as we can as a real oven. We don't have a deep fryer. We didn't want to get into all that stuff, and people are not interested in deep fried stuff as much anyway these days. So yeah, I mean pizza's our specialty. It's hand tossed dough. I mean, you can see like our pizzas are just as handcrafted as our beer when they come out. None of them are perfectly round, and then that's somebody's hands actually made that. And then one of my new favorite things for lunch is just our salads with chicken.
Oh yeah,
which is
I love
fantastic.
a good salad,
Yeah.
chicken salad.
Yeah. So, and then, we do have a little kids meal for kids, which, we're trying to be family friendly. And that has been awesome to see families roll in here.
Yeah.
And now sometimes I got kids kicking my window over here. I got,
yeah.
a lot of little kids waving to me through the thing or whatever. But it's fun. Our back patio that is the old greenhouse. We have a giant bucket of chalk back there, and every time I go back there, there's all kinds of new drawings on the ground.
And you guys have games upstairs too. I've seen that.
Yeah, so we've got some shelves that were put together by one of our investors up there that house a whole bunch of different games, anything from Candyland to Chinese checkers.
Our kids learned how to play
yeah.
Chinese checkers here. Whether or not they
there you
retained
go.
that information, I don't know. But they wandered away with Pawpaw to go upstairs, and I look up and Pawpaw's sitting at a table with them, and they're playing Chinese checkers.
I love when you see like people in their 40s drinking a beer playing Candyland. They just reliving their childhood. They haven't played it in how long,
I think we did that
great.
in our early 20s at Braxton.
We
and then I
totally
got
did.
really mad when you won.
Yeah, we totally did.
Did you throw a tantrum like you did as a little girl?
Probably.
Not quite.
Oh, that's great.
Sorry, I just ordered a beer with the handy QR code and got it delivered to the table. And it wasn't because Andy told them to do it.
No, it wasn't. Well, I have so many other questions, but I kind of want the group to be here for that. But
Sure.
Is there anything else you have?
This Midnight Baseball Porter is delicious.
Oh, yeah.
All of the beers are delicious.
Yeah, I've had quite a few in your 2 months of being open. And my dad, he was not a craft beer person.
Mm-hmm.
And even my mom, I think, too, who is
I think she's been getting cocktails. But she's also like, yes, I'm going to come and hang out.
But yeah, they've both drank, they were drinking the beer. They were enjoying it. I love the beer. The food is fantastic. The kids love it. I think you guys are doing a really good job, and I really hope you guys have continued success, and I can't wait to talk to the rest of the group.
Yeah.
And I don't know what this says about our parenting, but we do have a podcast called Craft Parenting Podcast.
Yeah.
But like our daughter's the person who'll be like, so when's the next time we can go someplace with beer? Or like, Mom, can we go someplace with beer tonight? Not because they're drinking, just because they love to hang out. It's lots of fun.
They associate it with, we have like an adventure pack. Like they color and they draw and they do crafts. So I think that's what they associate that with. And family sometimes comes out.
And I think, this breweries in general allow for a little bit of looseness. In most restaurants, you're not going to allow your kid to kind of run around the corner and go sit in the corner with a coloring book. They're going to have to be at the table, sitting prim and proper.
Yeah.
So it kind of allows for that in this atmosphere.
I feel more likely to say, hey, yes, you can go to the bathroom by yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I know you can walk yourself there and come back, and I don't have to worry if you like wander off a little bit. They're getting better about being aware of their surroundings.
Yeah, they're 5 and 3.5. So,
Those are good days.
yeah.
They're fun. They're interesting some days.
I bet.
Our kids are very particular. Like, if I say that's gold, no, that's yellow.
Oh.
It's because these are the things that I know, and everything is very black and white.
Oh, gotcha.
And I'm going to get corrected 30 times a day. And now Lily's asking why every 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah. So we really appreciate your time. I know this is a very busy time of year. So
the number of people in here has at least tripled since we showed up. And we showed up when the doors opened.
Yes, we did.
There were people waiting in the parking lot.
And that's been happening, by the way. People are waiting in the parking lot for us to open, which just blows my mind. And we keep talking about, should we add time on the front of our schedule, I think over time we'll add more lunch hours. We'll add more length to our day. We're happy where things are right now. We think we've worked out most of the kinks. But yeah, thank you for coming and sharing our story.
Yeah, definitely. And I do look forward to talking to the other two owners with the group. I think it'll be a fun conversation.
It will happen within the next 12 months. I make no promises on timeline.
Yeah. Well, we'll come back. I mean, we'll be here. We'll be hanging out and stuff. But please shout out anything you want to shout out, anything that people may want to know. You aren't open every single day, so that's important to note, right? You're open Wednesday through Sunday, is that right?
Yep, Wednesday through Sunday. Wednesdays and Thursdays are 3 to 10. Friday, Saturday, 11 to 11, and then Sundays, noon to 8.
Okay.
Yeah, so Monday, Tuesday, we're closed for brewing and cleaning up and taking a breath.
Yeah, you get 2 days.
Yeah, it takes more than one.
Yeah.
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 And then you guys are on Facebook and Instagram.
Yep, Facebook, Instagram, and then
all that.
hearthbrewing.com. So yeah, check
that's
us
where I
out.
get that information. And come over to Harrison. It's basically Indiana, but it's fun. It's
And you don't even have to take the 471 bridge. You can just go 275. So you can't use the 471 bridge as an excuse. Somehow we're going to get over to the east side for Thanksgiving. I just don't know how we're going to do it yet to date this episode.
Oh.
Well, the beauty about Harrison, it's just about 20 minutes from downtown. We're actually not that far from town, and we get a lot of draw from Indiana because there's nothing out till you get all the way out to Batesville too. So we're in a good spot here. Welcome everybody to come out, give us a try.
Yeah, looking at beer maps of Cincinnati, I'm always like, I need more on my side of town.
Yeah, I love it. I love that new breweries are opening, and I really we'll be here probably as much as we can.
At least once a month with the whole family.
Yeah,
and then a few
I look
times
forward
just on our
to
own.
seeing you guys grow and expand. Hopefully, can talk about that next time, maybe.
If you come up with a mug club, dibs.
We're working on it right now. Soon to be released.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, thank you. And we'll see you guys next time on the Craft Parenting Podcast. It's beer vent season. And, So,
AKA Caroline starts drinking beers at 3 because we have to record 5 episodes in one day. It's going to be fun.
We'll see.
Have you done Higher Gravity's beer vent box before?
Nope, but I want in.
They're sold out this week. This year.
Are they?
boy.
Did they say that when you were there yesterday?
Oh, well, I don't know. You can probably ask them, but it's 25 beers. It starts on December 1st, so I guess you don't have to do it on December 1st.
We don't do spoilers. We don't post until the day after the beer was supposed to be opened. We're nice.
Yeah. So
beer vent season.
We'll see you guys real soon.
Mm-hmm. You can find us on all the social medias. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitters, except that's X now. What, Rumble? Is that other one you say?
Yeah. Rumble.
Okay. At Craft Parenting Podcast. And on YouTube, you're supposed to slam that like button, smash subscribe, ring that notification bell, get very violent with the YouTube. I don't know why. And then I'm at Caroline Creates Crafts on Instagram. I almost said that I was at Craft Parenting Joe because I talked first.
Oh, okay. Well, I am at Craft Parenting Joe on Instagram. I sometimes post beer that I drink.
I sometimes post craft projects. It just depends on the day. I'm making a giant frothy. That will be posted very soon.
All right. Well, Andy, I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for joining
us.
Absolutely.
Let's go light the fire.